Oh, I was talking this whole time and my stuff was muted. Lovely. Essentially what I was saying is, Black Legion doing okay. The Death Guard are pretty terrible. And, we're doing okay-ish with the Thousand Suns. Essentially, what we're going to be looking at doing is continuing on with Toth's quest where I was on the main account, and then picking it back up on the alt account. I know that some of the levels for people were pretty unreasonable, and I didn't want to waste energy earlier, or the tokens earlier, since we cap out at 6 and we start off with 6, so, you know, just how it is. But this one hasn't been nice. I think right here on this common level, I was beaten down by Roswitha. She got a hold of one of my psychers. That wasn't fun. But the point values are nightmarish. I was talking with one of the developers earlier today, and they said that, you know, they based a lot of this around Thalmakis kind of being part of the strategy, utilizing his shield to deal with some of the Overwatch. So that's... take that how you will. I know I started hard farming Thalmakis the day he came out, and I can't imagine too many people have him unless they got lucky, but we made it all the way up into halfway through rare on this account, and we'll pop over on the alt account and run through it, but I'm not going for points. I don't think points really matter that much. This is the early chest that you get, but this is the endgame chest, right? Like, yay, an epic orb. Yay, a Codex Award. That's actually good, but it's one, right? It's a lot of effort for one Codex. And if you look here, like, we're not hurting for Chaos Orbs whatsoever. Like, we're plenty good on Chaos Orbs, so. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop on into it. We'll hop into the gameplay. So, honestly, the goal here is just going to be 3 metal everything. I already have enough shards for Toth, so 0% chance that I'm going to pick up. Man, that's rough. So you can't even really bring Rotbone into this one. I get what you're saying, Slayer. However, the idea was that this isn't necessarily a Toth quest. It is a Thousand Suns quest. Was the answer that I was given. But I get where you're coming from. I really do. So, move forward. Now, I imagine if his passive procs, that would actually discount us for the bonus objective there. So, we'll just pump damage out onto him. Oh, he double attacks. That's beautiful. And just fire on this guy. So yeah, we're not even going to get lightning. But that's fine. We don't need it. Like I said, we are not going for points. Just want to show you guys some of these. If there's anything specifically that you want to see, let me know as always. If you're watching the VOD, please feel free to reach out to me on Discord. But yeah, we're sitting very pretty on Toth shards, so we're not really concerned. And funny enough, like, the only badges that I can use on this account right now because of experience gates is the rares. So, and yeah, Regalvis. I fortunately have a lot of the Thousand Sun units on this account. I don't even think my alt account has anything other than Yazagor. So yeah, you take that as we will, I suppose. So good times all around. Yeah, and Yazagor early is rough to use. Alright, so multi-hit. If we were to get rid of the multi-hit, so, you know, that means all of the Thousand Suns are now not needed. So, not entirely based around the Thousand Suns. But, like, I guess the only way to get max points here is utilizing Rotbone, which a lot of people don't have Rotbone because they're not able to get Rotbone. So we're going to do this campaign style and just, Jesus, Angrax is getting shredded even. So I'll post these two up here. I think we got the extra hit, and I can't be certain. I think Ingrax is good. Yeah, Ingrax died. Lovely. I guess we just needed to turtle that one up. Man. Not having ourselves a good time. I should have used the ability there for Abaddon too. But whatever. The goal really for me is to get through this. Eventually maybe 3 medal all of these. Well, yeah, not even the passive for Toth. So like the full like resurrection, but like even I think his just standard passive, if he were to get hit in that last battle, would have negated us for those points. So fun times. I will say though, this doing this quest makes me feel really good about my Chaos tier list. And in the sense that Chaos is sad, and that's why my tier list was sad. I'm just saying, I feel pretty validated. Feel pretty validated. Alright, let's go turn in that mission. Defeat with Chaos units, yay! And yeah, we'll just... That's... I've never had to go back in rare and below for medals. Ever. Oh, okay. Maybe when I first started playing. But, like, in the last 7 quests that I've done. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. So no summons. And they have Overwatch for days with an Isabella. Beautiful. Fuck the requirements. We're not going for points. We've already established this. Points cost us last time. I will summon all day long, and I don't care. Oh, yeah. 100% only medals. Oh, I put him way too far back. That was stupid. So I get for reading! But it's fine. Using Toth there with the Abraxas passive, I was able to get more summons out. This quest isn't doing him any favors. This quest isn't doing anybody in the Chaos faction any favors, and I'm actually about to stand on that, hopefully we can kill these guys before I get murdered by the... Thank you. By the Las Cannon barrage. And I mean, yeah, he's tanky. My criticisms are still there. He's slow. Lining up his passive without heavy synergy is a pain in the ass. The base damage is okay. I mean, other than that, I still think he's... I think he's a weak to average character at best. For now. Could change. Could change. Alright, yeah, I think we just dual summon here. I think that's literally the play for almost all of this. I'm sure somebody is able to do it. I'm sure somebody's able to max this out. The problem is, and I've said it 100 times. I've said it 100 times to all of you, and I'll say it again. I personally believe the only good game mode worth investing for is guild raids. And, you know, you could make an argument that Tournament Arena is good and fun. Sure. But, you know, look at my Celestine, for example, right? Like, Celestine's a great character. She's phenomenal. She makes guild raids a breeze. Beautiful, right? But I never need to take her higher than Silver 1. Yeah, like, but that's the thing. Why do I ever need to invest in a character above Silver 1 for Tournament Arena? I don't. It caps out at Silver 1. So, like, and that's the thing. So it's it's really hard for me to have a roster built around anything other than guild raids at a high level because nothing else really matters. And you could say legendary release events, sure, but you know, I've had very good success with legendary release events just building up my core characters and then filling in a few little niche areas wherever I need to. I came close to silver starring, wing starring, Jane Zara in the last event. I've came close to getting, Max Onshi as well, and I should get Max Onshi without too much more effort. And honestly, the only really thing that I need to invest in, I feel like, is the frickin' physical damage requirement. But even then, I haven't watched Nox Tempest's whole video. I saw that there was not a lot of happy comments on it. And I don't think that's any fault on Nox whatsoever. I don't think that's a fault on him. I think everybody's just frustrated with the quest and they're taking their anger out on him. Which sometimes we're just the punching bag for people's criticisms, right? Especially if we're partnered with Snowprint, right? Because people, you know, see us and then see us as a vehicle of Snowprint, and then they go, "Hey, fuck you," right? So. Hopefully we'll be able to swap this stream over to the alt account without too many issues. Of course not, because you like to give me an aneurysm. Gotta close out that account too. Oh, well, we kind of got the account up and running. I don't know what BlueStacks does with this and why it has such an issue. I think it's because I'm running multiple versions of the game. We had it there for a second. But I also got to look and see if Nox did that in the test account or if he did that on live. And it does make a great difference depending on how you look at it. Oh, man, that's a lot of tokens. All right, we're going to be here for a while, boys. It makes a big difference because you're able to give that unlimited tries. So this account is a lot more balanced. We don't have Abaddon, which Abaddon really wasn't too much help for us in the last run. We have 1,000 Sun, and I think we have 1 Death Guard. So this account should be a lot more on level with a lot of you, and I'm actually going to take my time and try to look at how we can potentially 3-star some of these. Yeah, this one's immediately sets the tone for how this whole entire event goes. Because you have 1 round to Lightning Victory. And I feel like you need to bring Yazagor to get into that back line. Which, that was unfortunate. I wanted him to attack that guy. I don't think we're gonna... Yeah, we're not gonna 3-star this one. Or, I'm sorry, we're not gonna max points this one. I think maybe a Volk in the middle might have been the way to go. Okay, nice. How strong are your characters, Zendrix? Like, I'd love to know. And I'm not saying it's impossible. If I were to sit down and dedicate the time, I'm sure I could probably get close. I don't think I could max this one out with my account for sure. Maldice and Angrax, yeah, that would have been a good idea too. With Toth, I don't know how we'd get the one all the way in the back because Deep Strike wouldn't let me. Okay, he would be able to get it. I have to see that. I'll test that out after this. All right, let's send you in for the Deep Strike. Because I'm worried that his movement wouldn't actually let me get there. I mean, he does have range 3. Jesus. His active will get it? Yeah, that's what I was thinking would have to be the case. Okay. And you're able to do the legendary one with max points? Because I know typically they tested around gold 3-ish with 41 points in the abilities. Alright, so we got Malleus. We'll go Ingrax here on the side. I wonder if it requires crits. No, it shouldn't. That should be clean. Nice, got the overkill. Nice, good shit. Yeah, I like that, Avalon. Nice job. Beautiful. Alright. So, for anybody tuning in, we're on the alt account right now, going through and knocking out some of these battles. I like how they don't punish you for not logging in. Nice. Yeah, and aside from some of the 3 medal rewards, I just don't think it's worth... Malda should be able to take that, no problem. Deny you. Send you to the back. Toth, move forward. I honestly just think what I want to do is, on the main account at least, get to the end chest. And then from there, we'll go ahead and just farm up legendary mats. Now, I think the legendary mats should be the Blessings of Tzeentch, if I'm not mistaken, which we don't have a need of just yet, but eventually I think I want to take Abraxas to Diamond on the main account. I really enjoy Abraxas, especially if I ever unlock Ahriman. I think that combination would be really nice, especially with the Neurothrop if I ever decide to take him higher. Right now, my goals don't really line up too fantastic for that, and all my tomes are going into either Ithana or Calgar at the moment. Alright. Keep on keeping on. We're hitting the uncommon battles now. And Yazagor, I think, falls off a cliff here because I don't even think I have his passive unlocked. No, I do not. So, not going to be able to utilize him to great effect. We'll swap these two. Always try to keep your Ingrax furthest away because of Blessings of Tzeentch. I mean, yeah, taking the Overwatch there with Toth isn't bad. He should be able to heal most of it back up. Except everybody else wanted to get focused because he's the strongest. Makes sense. Kill you. Kill you. There we go. Decent points. We didn't take ranged characters, though. Like I said, not going for the points. Unless y'all specifically want to see something. Yeah. Legendary battle was only ranged. That's rough. Oh, I imagine. Abraxas is such a great character for so many different things. And if it wasn't for him, 100% would not have been able to do the Fall of Cadia Elite 40 mission, or battle. That one was rough. Alright, no Death Guard in this one. That's fine. We don't want to use them anyway. Let's go ahead and surround you with summons. Want to kill you. Just kidding, we didn't get a crit. But we can hit you with that. And then put up Ingrax up here. There we go. 3 medal, max points. That's what you like to see. Oh, just kidding. Wasn't a lightning victory. Never mind. Sweet. But yeah, I've seen so many complaints about this one. So many complaints. And honestly, I don't know exactly what would make people happy. To be honest, it seems like there's a lot of people that just won't be happy no matter what, which is understandable in some regards. There's a lot to be upset about, but also at the same time, it's like I don't know what people expect out of these quests, and I genuinely don't know if the developers do as well, if that makes sense. Like, what is the goal here? Is this supposed to be an introductory to the character? Is this supposed to be a way for the characters, or for us to get shards for the characters? I know they have explicitly said that this is not meant to be an unlock event. I know that. So it's like, what is the intent here behind the quests? And I just don't know. I mean, it's something I could ask, but... Something I could ask indeed. Alright, let's keep pumping into his passive. Holy fuck, we've got a lot of uncommon badges. His active is nice, too. Oh, just kidding. We're capped out, so... Sweet. Alright, no summons. Feel like we've been here before. Now this one's really annoying because of just how the map is, really. I think that's the intent too. I'm just not sure. Please kill. Nice. Whew. Ooh, Volk. Oh, buddy. You almost had yourself... You're still gonna have yourself a really bad day. He's gonna die. Yep. Now, one thing that I find massively troll for Volk is that he's, Oh, wait, what? No! Is that he's so damn squishy, he had a big target, so you can't hide him in troughs, you can't hide him in tall grass. Like, it just... It feels bad all around. It really does. I mean, one thing that I always do find super satisfying, and maybe not so much now anymore. Aww. I made a mistake there. Oh well. I didn't even look at where I was putting people. That's how brain off I am right now with this. Is the fact that you get to see these characters. Really, he didn't have large target in the early days. That would have been nice. That would have been very nice, actually. I don't use Vulcan guild raids because I have Malgan Ra. When I did not have Malgan Ra, I used Volk. Constantly. Almost everywhere. I actually want to redo this one. But only deploying Thousand Suns characters. That's not very nice. I think that Volk is, and I've said it so many times, Volk is budget Malgan Ra. Does everything that Malgan Ra does, just worse. Like, less movement. Also doesn't have the greatest of passives. Doesn't have heavy weapon. But, let's take a second to appreciate Volk not having heavy weapon. Let's take a look at heavy weapon characters, shall we? Also, I use Volk in guild raids for this account, 100%. Let's take a look at Certus. Look at that little baby sniper rifle. Look at that thing. And mind you, that's a suppressor on the end of that weapon, by the way. Which doesn't help your damage whatsoever. But then we'll take a look at Volk. Look at that thing. Look how big that is. How is that not a heavy weapon? I don't get it. Make it make sense. Please, please make it make sense. So, yeah. I don't get it. But by that logic, I mean, you can make an argument that Toth should have a heavy weapon. Which I don't, I don't know what kind of shells he's using that his weapon deals flame damage. I mean, I'm okay with it. Especially if you use them for Winged Prime. But I don't get it. Gotta submit it in our surveys, friends. Give Volk heavy weapon. And then he'd synergize well with Thaddeus. His value would just skyrocket. He'd still be slow moving and his passive still wouldn't be great, but take the wins where you could get them. Break up the meta a little bit. Make a Chaos character better. Please. Thank you. Alright, what do we... Multi-hit only? They manifest what is needed. Like his other arm have combo. Alright. Interesting. Did not know that. Alright. Should be in range for... No. Thought we were going to be in range to hit that last cannon. It looked like it. Yeah, it's range 3. It was 1 out. Oh! Harkin, you squishy bastard. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a reason why Harkin is in the average tier. There is a reason. He falls off of a cliff. Now, granted, mine's fairly weak on this account, but... Whew! We're starting to hit that difficulty wall. Which makes total sense. I don't think too many of the Chaos Legions have read the Geneva Conventions. Nobody should step on that hex, right? I should be fine. Nice. Probably. Please let me win. Oh, it's gonna be close. I need crits. Fuck you, Gravis. Oh, it's gonna be close. All right, we got it. 100%. All right. See, I'm definitely not going to buy the pack on this account. Not going to buy it on either account, to be honest with you. I'll just hard farm Toth out whenever we start getting closer to the campaign. He does look really cool. Like, checking him out in the background right there. He looks awesome. This character is I honestly love the design of the Thousand Suns. I really do. But yeah, we're starting to not have fun. Harkin's at Bronze 2. He's getting deleted. Yeah. I think this might be as far as we go, and I think we have one more token just popped up on the main account, so we'll pop back over to that one. I used all my ads for other things. I should have put... Nah, we'll take the double Overwatch right there with you. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Nope, nobody ran. I mean, getting some progress on the shards, and now I'm not too terribly upset that you can't unlock Toth just from this event because he is farmable. Like, that makes it okay for me. What I do have an issue with is the characters that you just straight up can't farm. So it's whatever you define as viable. Regalvis? I said that right? Regalvis? Like, if you want the character and you have the extra energy, okay, I see how that is, Boro, because he's always walking around with it. That makes sense. It's not heavy to him. I like the logic. Yeah, they just smack you with the big-ass gun, and it's awesome. The thing that I don't like is when certain characters don't have different animations for their melees and ranged attacks. Sorry, Regalvis, let me get back to your question. So, if you value a character's use for your account, and certain characters I recommend over others, right? Like, I recommend, if you really value Tournament Arena, you should probably go for Celestine. I recommend that if you really care about guild raids, then you should probably hard farm Calgar. Now, it will take, for Calgar, it's going to be roughly 500 divided by 3, right? So you're looking at 130 days, right? No, brain math, that's not right. 166. 166 days to get, Toth gun uses Soul Reaper cannon. Okay. 166 days to get a character. In the grand scheme of things, that's a lot better than relying on RNG from a requisition. Now, granted, you can speed that up a little bit for Calgar, for Celestine, if you have the elite nodes unlocked. And it would be 3 months to get the character, which, not the worst. But I mean, they're legendary characters for, I guess, a reason. I'm sorry, I'm trying to bring the main account back up. I don't... being a pain in the ass. As long as it doesn't pull up the third account, then we're fine. Oh, we had it there for a second. Oh, we could do it like that. I'd rather not do it like that, though. Come on, give it to me. Blue stacks, you pain in my ass. Also, everybody here is tracking on the contest for the Calgar giveaway, correct? Everybody knows about this? Dude, why? Why am I getting a black screen? I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh. Dude! You were just there! Come on! There we go. That worked. Yeah, if you have the energy to burn, do it. Right? I personally do. I'm going after Castell and Creed on my main account right now. I'm also hard farming Arimon as well. I want both of those characters, but then again, I'm only missing 3 characters on this account. We're missing Typhus, which there is no way to farm. We're missing Arimon, and we're missing Creed. So we're hard farming these characters up. I don't really have any other goals to go for right now. Like, there's nothing I can farm here for Bellator, right? Like, I'm slowly getting the Blessing of the Dark Gods just for Archimados because, right? No other reason other than why the fuck not. But if you look here, waiting on XP, I could put gear into him, but I really don't need it. XP, Orc, XP. I've already done everything that I need for Necrons, so almost XP. Now I kind of want to work on Darkstrider eventually, but not right now. XP. I've already talked to you about how little I'm investing in Celestine. She's where I need her to be for Tournament Arena. That's it. XP. I could put a little bit of energy into Isabella, but, like, look how far down I am in my lineup right here. Like, might as well go for these characters. So, really, it's about setting yourself little goals and moving on from there, right? Also, does anybody want to see me do a a Legendary 4 Screamer Killer hit? Because I have a raid token. I need to do that. Alright. Multi-hit. I don't think we're going to worry about that. Wow, they brought out Morven Vol. Alright. Alright, we got 1 vote yes for the Tyrant Guard. Alright. Anybody else? I'll put Ingrax in here. Alright, so... Oh, yes, please. 2 votes yes. We'll go ahead and do a Nell 4 Screamer Killer hit. That should be fun. Alright, and then we'll drop some summons right here. And we'll send Ingrax out. Alright, unfortunately, the strategy that I'm going to show you all relies on having Diamond 2 Ravos for Legendary 4, unfortunately. So keep that in mind whenever you see me do this. Yeah, Volk was absolutely huge. I think to protect Archimados right here, we need to put Abraxas in melee range. And there we go. All right. One second. Let me pull up my other chat real quick. Where did I put it? Okay. All right. No. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Volk definitely made dealing with some of the suppressions a lot easier. Say, how far should I upgrade skills for the units of the Samhain campaign? Unsure where to get each one so far. Alright, so Athana's skill is fucking useless. Her active, at least. Her passive is good. Take Eldrion's Doom as far as you can, right? Doom is huge. Executioner is okay. But Athana's passive is going to help you out. And for Calandus, honestly, all of his abilities can kind of just sit. Volk's passive is definitely a lot better for raids. And his active can be decent if you're set up in a specific situation for AoE. But remember, it ignores attack modifiers, attacker bonuses, and cannot crit. So the active kind of falls off. And especially since Flesh Metal Guns, the passive, cannot apply to the active, that is a huge negative as well. So something to keep in mind. moving forward for you for sure. All right, big thing, ladies and gentlemen, and I forget all the time. Put your best gear on the people going into your raid. Always put the best gear on people going into your raid. So that gave me a lot more crit damage. That's going to be very beneficial when Thad is 100% going in for Screamer Killer. Actually, no. No, he is not. I'm not going to do the Rayvoss strategy. I think I'm going to do the Bellator Calgar strategy. I think that's been more consistent damage for me lately. Alright, for the campaigns, do you think it's better to focus on one character at the time or to upgrade them all three equally? I think that you should pick one super strong character to get you as far as you can for most campaigns, and then upgrade the other characters to the point where they don't die. So for in the Indomitus campaign, Bellator, Indomitus Mirror, Aleph Null. Fall of Cadia gets a little weird because you really have to rely on several of them not to die. Fall of Cadia, I'd say Ingrax and Harkin are going to be pretty strong. But honestly, the summons from Archimatos are going to do most of your pulling there. For Octarius, Ball Schoolgorts, and actually Give a Scraps Tank are going to be the two biggest things for you. Sam Hain, Eldrion. Just because you're going to want Eldrion strong anyway. But Athana and Calandus should definitely be at a decent strength. Now, when it comes down to Fall of Cadia Mirror and Octarius Mirror, just get your characters strong enough to the point they don't die, and then really rely on your other strong Imperials, like Yark, if you have them, Bellator, to really carry the campaign. Obviously, for Fall of Cadia Mirror, Thad is heavily worth the investment, so. Heavily worth the investment. Let's see what we got in the collection over here. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Alright. Yeah, the positioning is really rough. You want to get Ingrax in most of the battles to a point where he's able to tank the Overwatch and kind of deny the other characters from being able to do it. So. Alright. Okay, so what I do here is I put Bellator right there. Thad. We're going to want Eldrion, of course. We're going to want Raw. We're also going to want Calgar. Bloody hell, let me click. Thank you. Alright, I'm going to move Bellator all the way up here into the middle. This is important because he's going to block the path of Screamer Killer. We're going to move everybody up. I don't want to attack with Raw, because Raw, I need the Overwatch, and you'll see why here in a second. I have to kill these two units, because they both have Synapse. If they don't have, if they have Synapse and they're around Screamer Killer, then Instinctive Behavior ruins my day. And what we're going to do is we're going to attack that one side. The overkill happens here. He uses the Death Scream, which is fine. We're okay. We're going to put Bellator right here into this wall. He can't be knocked back, so he won't even bother using the attack here. Now, this is going to be very important because we're expecting this to get fixed later. So keep that in mind, that we are expecting that to be hotfixed. So I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but, stay tuned. Now I can create a little buff triangle right over here. The issue is I have to be careful because if Calgar gets crit, it can really ruin my day. And we have everybody in position. He's suppressed, so he's going to deal doo-doo damage. That's fine. Attacks out. Money. Now, Calgar will get shoved. It's going to be fine. We're going to give Bellator high ground right here. And we're just going to attack. Alright. Calgar is within crit range. I no longer want him to be stepping up. So we're just going to move him into this position to buff both Ra and Thad. And Bellator's just going to do his thing up there and it'll be fine. Alright. Keep attacking. And we're going to skip Calgar's turn. Beautiful. Now, we're going to move Calgar in. Everybody attacks. Make sure to use Executioner. We're going to bring Bellator to low ground right here. And then we're going to drop the Bella Babies in for a pretty big hit. And there you go, 210k. Legendary 4. Easy does it. My best hit with that lineup, I think, is 225k right now. I do want to work on some of my placements and maximize that a little bit, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of deal. So, we still need more levels in Calgar passive. Still need more levels in Bellator passive. Or, I'm sorry, active. And wow, we forgot to re-equip his weapons. Nice. I am going to go cry in a corner now. That sucks. That really sucks. But, oh well. Even without weapons, Bellator was still able to do a very chunky amount of damage. I personally don't like using it on the last round. Yeah, it hits decently, but it doesn't apply Doom. So, I mean, you're looking at 2,700 times 3, or 2,700 plus the 900 times 3 versus, 1,427 times 10. We'll mouth that out real quick, but I think times 10 gives us 14,270. Actually, yeah, probably would have been better at rank 41. Let's see. Eldron passive. 898 plus, what was that, 272? Yeah, it would have been better. It would have been better to use the active. It would have been about 3k better. So, fair point. Also, I did the math wrong with, I used the upgraded version, not the downgraded version, but I still think it would have been very slightly better. Yeah, 10 or 2k instead of 3. Good point. Now, obviously, if you max it out, it gets pretty nutty. But there we go. Anything else, ladies and gentlemen, before we end the stream? I'm still kicking myself in the ass for not bringing Bellator weapons. That makes me feel really sad. Hanging out, about 2 more minutes. Gotta find where I put my phone, because I got a phone call. And I also got a message on Facebook. I mean, technically, I'd say Varro. But literally any other top tier Imperial character that you have, other than the required ones. Yarick was huge. Thaddeus is great. Calgar would be massive. Celestine is insane for the campaigns. Isabella. But if you had to pick one of the 3 required ones, I'd probably say Varro. Certus is pretty nice too, honestly. His heavy weapon trait, if you're able to utilize it decently, can one-shot some of the stronger enemies. Yeah, I'm trying to pretty much do live streams for every event, Avalon. I think the next one that I'm going to be doing is going to be the Shadow Sun Legendary Release event. I think that I still will do every tournament arena. Hopefully I won't have a migraine for the next one. Oh, not even... no, never. Archimatos' active is always more valuable than his passive. Always. And the reason is because you can get a max of 7 on one turn. At highest ranks, somebody commented on my video earlier and was like, it's only 5. No, at Legendary it's 7. You get 7 later. And the reason is because A, you can get 3 blood letters out on a turn, in campaign, usually, before the target dies, maybe more. And then for guild raids, it's huge. Just the instant damage output is insane. So, active over passive always, but honestly, Archimatos' passive is probably the second best chaos skill at the moment. Sans Ahriman, of course. I will fight you all on that. Nice, man. Congrats, Zendrix. That's awesome. We're going to come back to the legendary one here in about an hour and 20 minutes. And I got to go back and 3-metal some of these. What was that reward? Yep, Blessing of Tzeentch. Figured. But, like, I don't even care about 3-metaling this, to be honest with you. It's like, yay, Legendary Chaos Badge. I have, like, 50 of them, and I have literally nobody I can give them to. So. Maybe Abraxas one day, and then, of course, Archimatos whenever I find extra tomes to just give to him. And, I mean, even the epic upgrades aren't that valuable. Go back and we'll grab that just cause. Alright, hanging out for another 2 minutes because I have to account for stream delay. Any other questions? Also, the contest. Make sure y'all are tracking on the contest. And if you're not in the Discord, then you can't enter, obviously. But not only that, like, I'm doing my best to answer all the questions in the Discord. It's the best place to get a hold of me. I'll go ahead and drop a link for the Discord if you're not tracking on it right meow. Create invite. Copy. There you go. You can use that link to get to the Discord. And I'm actually really excited to do this this tier list ranking and check out all y'all's contest entries. It's super fun. Alright, going off the air in about a minute. As soon as this hits 10:55, unless I get some questions. Best way to counter Thaddeus in Arena? Whether you're talking about Tournament Arena or normal Arena, that could very differently change the answer. Spreading out in his early phases is important because the Basilisk Strike active. Now, if it's AI Thaddeus, that will change things a little bit. Most AI Thaddeus's will instantly pop the passive on your weakest character. Or, I'm sorry, the active on your weakest character. And then they will also try to get in range and attack your weakest character. With some sort of priority by targeting your closest character. So, essentially what you'd want to do is utilize your weakest character to bait them into a point where you're able to kill them off if you're having issues with Thaddeus. He's really squishy. Getting on top of him is normally an insta-death. Tournament Arena, that one's a really rough one to say just because it depends on the map, it depends on the positioning, it depends on the comp. It varies a lot there. Alright, that question bought y'all another 2 minutes, 10:58. Like I said, just accounting for stream. Oh, verse players. Lawyer answer, it depends. It really does. There's... Yeah, and I think that's the issue, Zendrix. Like, not only with the quest, but his video specifically. A lot of people were like, "Well, how am I supposed to do this with silver characters?" You're not, dude. You're not. You're not supposed to do this with silver characters. Now, granted, you can get up to the uncommon level and do that perfectly with silver characters, but it's not supposed to be done maximum for everybody, and I think that's what a lot of people were commenting on his video about. I personally don't have the strongest Chaos characters because I don't find them worth the investment. And like I said, I have to go back and see if Nox actually did that on the tournament or the test realm or not. I mean, anybody that's relatively tanky, Boro, will be fine against him. The issue is he has very high damage scaling, and will ultimately penetrate through a lot of armor. Like Bellator, Angrax, Burchard. I'm sorry, not Angrax. Bellator, Calgar, Burchard all have Gravis armor. That's pretty helpful because it has to go through armor twice. But also, getting deep strike characters back into the back line to take them out early is beneficial. Honestly, the best way to counter him is don't be turn 1. I'm sorry, don't let your opponent have turn 1, which is impossible. Yeah, and he really can. It's kind of one of those, if you can't beat him, join him kind of deal. I always run Thaddeus in my tournament arena. Celestine is a great way to deal with him, too. After the first turn, she's able to just dive bomb on top of him and blow him up. That's always nice. Let me actually hide that giant black screen. We'll go ahead and, there we go. So, yeah, it can 100% ruin your day, and it's pretty anti-fun. So, alright. My beard's looking a little messy. Go. Hanging out for another 2 minutes. Lean back and hopefully not knock over this green screen, which I think we're really close in doing. That is dangerous. I gotta get a bigger one. I need one that takes up the whole room so I can move my hands off screen and not look terrible. Yeah, my Archie is Diamond 1 as well. I have some gold characters, and like I said, I could probably get damn close to it, if not actually complete it. It's just... my Thalmachus is really weak. Some of my other characters are really weak as well. All right, 11:02. I think after this, I gotta go wash my truck. Made a trip back from New Mexico the other day, and I think I've killed every bug between Colorado and New Mexico. If not, I got damn close to killing every single bug between here and New Mexico. Awkward silence time. I feel like some of you are just waiting until that last second and then posting a question. Boro. No, it's fine. I still have to get used to streaming. I'm not really used to doing kind of a centered around me gameplay. So, still a little new. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for checking out the stream. Always fun to do it. Hopefully the next one's a little bit more fulfilling gameplay-wise. I know this one was kind of lame. Just kind of wanted little community events and really engage with all of y'all. I think that's been one of my most favorite parts about being a content creator is the community engagement. And I genuinely mean it. I made this channel to help everybody out because I didn't want people to be as lost as I was. The Discord's open for you to join, hang out, ask questions. You know how to reach me in comment sections or Discord DMs. I'm always here for y'all. So until next time, everybody, whenever the next event is, peace.